Hey everybody, it's Delyn with Highways. So I was all kind of glammed up on Sunday. And so I just want to come back to down to earth and be to you who I generally am, who is this. And that is, this is saying my connection is weak. Hang on a second. Connection is weak. Let's see. So anyway, I was all kinds of glammed up on Sunday and looking totally unlike I do any day of the week. Even when I put makeup on, I never looked that good, and May Monroe, my new friend, just made me look like total amazing. And anyway, if you don't know her, you should. So I'm just hanging out with y'all today in my real self, my workout self. I have been running all over town all day long again, and got to meet some more incredibly amazing friends. So I have some pretty cool musically talented kiddos who generally blow my mind. Another word to parents: never be afraid of your kiddos totally blowing your mind and making you look borderline like you have no clue, because that's how it should be. Our ceiling should be our kiddos' floor. And so just a word to the parents today, because I had one of those moments where Hudson Watts wanted to go for an interview at a studio, a music studio. And if you're not from Kansas City, or not from a larger metro area, when your kids say that they want to go to a studio, or they want to work at a studio or do work at a studio, let me tell you, that's not always a super safe place to be. And so today, when Hudson said that he wanted to go work at a studio or look at doing an apprenticeship at a studio, I, being the overly protective mama bear, I'm like, I will be going with you to the studio today and checking this out for myself, because I've been to some studios in Kansas City, and I am telling you what, they're just real shady and scary and spooky, and I felt like I needed to lock my doors and roll up my windows. And so, no offense to anyone who runs a studio, but if you do have a studio, I would highly suggest that you make it a place where moms and dads want to pay money for their kids to come and do their work at your studio. Just saying. So anyway, I went with Hudson to the studio today to see about an apprenticeship, and they were incredible. This place, I just wanted to hang out there all day, and he gave us a tour of every one of the rooms, and we got to sit with this guy. And apparently, I don't know if Ben Woodward is watching, but if you happen to watch me on the Highways thing, so I met your friend Jared, who apparently has helped you record lots of albums, and he was amazing and loves Jesus and loves people and is well known all over the country for his work. And so that was super cool, and I was just really inspired. Hudson was really inspired. It was just an incredible connection, kingdom connection again. And this guy works with all kinds of people. And it was just a real encouragement to me. It's always an encouragement to me to meet other people who love Jesus, but are not afraid at all to go into new territory and really advance and talk about and have conversation about this amazing life that we have in God. And so I'm just experiencing a real season of victory in my life. I hope that you all would notice and look around, because I really believe that that is where we are, just as a body and as a place in the universe, if I can say it that way. This is the season for victory. This is the season for you to begin to see a lot of fruit that you have been praying for in your life, in your own heart, in your own family, in your church congregations, that you would begin to experience answers to prayer, positive answers in your favor. And I just want to say this too, because in a season of victory, that doesn't necessarily mean a lot of hooping and hollering, because this is a race. This is a serious race. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, okay? It's a marathon. And so when I think about running, the few times that I ever ran track or was forced to run, I am reminded of those moments when I did cross the finish line. Now, just crossing the finish line for me was serious victory. But I want to talk about how when you cross that finish line, when you have that answer from the Lord, that I'm still breathing hard. I'm still panting, and I'm still kind of trying to regain consciousness almost. And so I want to encourage you, and I want to even talk to myself a little bit, because that's usually what happens during these talks. And if that doesn't happen to you, it should. You should not ever talk to people like you have it all figured out. Sorry, I'm a hot mess. Anyway, but do not get discouraged when, after you see that answer to prayer, when you begin to see these things unfold in your heart, in your life, in your kids' hearts, in your kids' lives, and there's not some kind of euphoric yay going on or going off and the inside of you. I think we're all so trained that that's how it's always got to be when there's a victory. I would say this is a marathon. This is a race, and we can liken that to crossing that finish line, noticing how the Lord has absolutely been with us and answered us in that deep, deep place. But that doesn't mean that we quit. That doesn't mean that we don't continue training. That doesn't mean that we don't continue pressing in to God for more increase, for more influence, for more connections, for more advancement, for His glory, for His honor. Because there's not ever enough of God. There is never enough of God. And I am here to tell you that that is one of the things that continues to motivate me, that continues to, I am one of the most passionate worshipers on the planet. And you could probably ask anyone in my home or in my congregation. I love to worship God. I love that He is so vast, and that He is so all-knowing, and that He is fighting for me, that He has already won, that He is above me, that He is below me, that He is beside me and all around me. I love that there's never, we've never arrived with God. That He is constantly advancing and constantly moving us on to more of Him, to more of the knowledge of Him. And I love that about Him, and I will always pursue Him, and it will always look passionate, whether I'm quiet or whether I am all out laying face down on the floor in complete surrender and awe of who He is. And so I just want to say, this is your season of victory. This is my season of victory. But continue on. Press on. Do not look for this outward, somehow, oh, it's finished finally. Finally, God has answered that prayer and that relationship is mended or that financial breakthrough has come. No, 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 no. No, ma'am. No, sir. If you get that financial breakthrough, it's not for you or about you anyway. If you get that breakthrough in your relationships, it's not for you or about you anyway. It's for you to give. It's for you to constantly be able to pour and to overflow and to be generous. To be generous with all that you know about who He is, with all that God has poured into you, with that healing, with that revelation, with that money, whatever it is, it's for you to just pour it out some more, pour it out some more. And so I just wanted to encourage you all today, look for those opportunities. Don't miss out on spending time with your kids. I wasn't really up for going with Hudson to that interview today, to that studio. I was not really excited. I was just kind of being, like I said, the mama bear. And I know about studios, and they, quite frankly, are generally a shady place. And so it was an amazing connection and an amazing friendship that was made. And what a blessing to just connect more and more and more with God's people and like-minded people that are strong and full of courage and ready to just live life to the fullest. And so don't miss those opportunities. Keep praying, keep pressing in. Don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Find your joy. That joy and that depth in the Lord is just going deeper. It's just becoming